Before we begin, I'd like to start by thanking Product Force and the team again for giving us the opportunity to come up with this idea we have. For anyone who's not familiar with the concept of a hackathon, it's a weekend where basically we team up with strangers and in a very short space of time come up with a business idea. So fortunately we won on Monday night and we've got the opportunity to take our idea forward. So I'll now introduce the team. My name is Johnny.
I'm John.
And we run the project management, market research and business direction end of the project.
I'm Liam. This is Pavel, and we were the nerds for the weekend.
We have a fifth member, Gordon, but unfortunately he can't be here tonight. So yeah, we were given the theme of digital participation, inclusion, on social housing, libraries, and personal finance. So we kind of took that and took a twist. It's still relevant, but we think we've come up with a really good idea after a lot of brainstorming and research that will really benefit society, we hope, through the means of technology. So what if we could give you the means of donating to the homeless with the assurance that your donation was always going to make a positive impact? So yeah, we propose to do the change card.
Go for it. As Johnny has just introduced to you guys, we are Change Card, a non-profit social enterprise. We're a team of 5 that came together last weekend at Project Forge, united in changing the problem of homelessness for the better through the use of digital inclusion. This change will be brought through our idea of the Change Card, a card that will enable you to help the homeless. The Change Card will be a redeemable coupon that you as a consumer can buy in-store, then donate to those less fortunate living on the street. This will ultimately allow the homeless to go into stores and buy the goods they need. Now let me tell you a little bit more about the Change Card. So this piece of socially responsible street art was created by Australian artist Meek in a very Banksy-esque style. Although legal to vandalise it on the wall is home to, it provides a powerful message. Giving a homeless person a few spare coins just doesn't go far enough. You can buy the homeless person can maybe buy some food, or it could possibly fuel a dangerous drug addiction, and possibly the same drug addictions that put them on the street in the first place. The fundamental point behind the image is that political and social change is necessary to solve the problem of homelessness in the long term. Without concentrated efforts by governments, private companies, and society as a whole, thousands of people around the world will continue to go day to day without adequate housing. To make matters worse, we now live in a society where coins, cash, and fiat money are becoming less and less useful. Thousands across the globe are using contactless card payments and moving to other payment systems such like Apple Pay. Soon, people like myself and you guys won't even have the spare coins in our pockets to donate to those less fortunate living on the street. So where does this leave those poorest in society who cannot fend for themselves? Who fights for the man who cannot fight for himself? Our team aims to tackle this problem of homelessness and be part of the change to end it. Hence, we introduce to you the Change Card. I want you to imagine yourself, or cast your mind back to the last time you were passing in front of a storefront. Beside you is a man less fortunate than yourself. He sits out here day and night. He's asking out for a few spare coins. I want you to cast your mind back. What went through your own head? I only have my card, so I can't give him any spare coins. I wouldn't want to give him spare change anyway, in case I feel any dangerous drug addictions. I can maybe buy him a sandwich or coffee. Chances are you went right on by and you did nothing to help the poor soul. What if, however, you go to the checkout of a store and you saw a card on sale specifically for helping homelessness as a problem? A card that upon our purchase acted as a coupon redeemable for specific goods in store. We would like to add here, we do not believe that all homeless are addicts to drugs and alcohol, especially not after meeting some of the homeless we did last weekend. We'd also like to add that we know the problem of homelessness isn't just that on the street, but is a larger problem that is within our community. But the coupon is purely to be redeemable in a safe fashion, to give the consumers peace of mind that they are making only a positive impact on the lives of the homeless, and of course for pragmatic business reasons. In the short term, the Change Card will provide sustenance to the homeless. It will provide them with the means to purchase food and clothing without any physical money needing to be present in the transaction. And more importantly, it gives the homeless a choice in what they buy. The Change Card will address homelessness in more than the short term, however. I will address the issue in the long term. The change card has two unique features to it. One, it will only be redeemable once, and two, it will have expiry time on it too. All money that is not used in the first redemption, or is on the card after its expiration, will be pooled collectively to what we call our spare change fund. The spare change will be used to invest in long-term projects to help change the homelessness problem on a more permanent basis. It'll support projects such as like the one Shelter carry out within the local Edinburgh area, and hopefully go on to include further e-learning skills that can be taught online for such skill sections like life skills. And hopefully this will bring only positive impact. So in the short term, in the immediate, the homeless person is getting sustenance, they're getting the basic food and water they need to survive on the street, and in the long term, positive impact goes to longer term solutions to solving homelessness as a whole. Companies who decide to participate through the change card concept will benefit massively as well through the corporate social responsibility opportunity. We know nowadays that companies are trying to do more and more to help the communities around them, so we view this as something they'd be very keen for. Hopefully, companies would lead the path improving the community around them, and they can inspire the rest of society to follow in this change. Through the data gathered from change cards, the government will be able to analyse which areas have the greatest homelessness activity, how reliant the homeless are on the generosity of the public, and how begging gangs affect the homeless. This can hopefully give greater insight to the government on this black economy, and for governments to implement new policy to bring about real change. Consumers will feel confident that upon purchase of a change card, they're also making a direct positive impact in changing the problems of homelessness. They can also directly see this impact online now, which is where I'll pass you on to Johnny, who will tell you more.
Yes, so we have a link to the website. Awesome. Right, so yeah, this is a very basic prototype of what we want to achieve from our landing page. As you can see here, there's a slogan, very original, I know, taken from the same page, so keep your coins, we want change. So I guess that's just the message that we're trying to get out. You can see here there's the 4 stages of our system with the change card. If you want to scroll down to the change wall. So in order to get our products out there, we're using like a sustainable, low-cost approach to marketing. So when you go in and buy a change card in the store, you actually get given a receipt with a redeemable token. You can come back home, go onto our website, and create an account which can be synced with your social media. So when you sync with your social media, you can use that redemption code, and the amount you donate will be put on your balance. So you can share with your friends of your generosity. Now, yeah. Also, you can see it from our homepage. So in real time, when you redeem your token, your profile picture will come up, and everyone in the country will know that you're part of the change. We're going to add an insight section to the landing page. So there'll be an interactive map that shows the most growth in each area of the country, just so each city can compete in tackling the problem. There'll be a bunch of graphs and fun information as well. Yeah, do you want to scroll down to the... Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so yeah, we'll have this fair change section too. John briefly mentioned that, so that's like the whole point of what we're about. We're using the guys in the streets to help them, whilst also helping the entire homeless community at the same time, because we know the homeless community is much larger than those you see on the street. So we're really trying to tackle the whole thing. I'll pass you on to the guys who made all the magic possible on the tech side of things, and they'll give you a brief demo of the kind of concept we want to take into the high street.
Yeah, I'll talk to you really quickly because I know it's getting late about the tech stack we used. So we had like basically 48 hours to build sort of end-to-end proof of concept. So we had a front end, which is what you see here, and we also had a back end to collect all the data. We exposed an API for our fake point of sale to interact with, and we had a fake point of sale, which was essentially an Android app with a QR code scanner, which allowed us to simulate both the buying of the card from the consumer and the redeeming of the card from a homeless person. Yeah, and I can give you a quick demo video here. So essentially what you're seeing here is the purchase of the card by scanning a QR code. And you can see there that was went through successfully. So now the user could log into our website. Slowly.
Securely. How are you using Bluelinks?
And here we can actually check the status of the card. So the consumer is given a receipt with a token on it, and this is that token being put into the website. And you can see there we can tell the card is active, so the homeless person is still in possession of it. So now this is simulating the redemption of the card. So this would be the homeless person going in store, handing it over to the person at the checkout and redeeming the value of it. That was successful again. And you can see here that we can now track that the card has been redeemed.
The refresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would like to thank Forge without who we couldn't make it so far, and for the immense amount of support. And speaking about shoutouts, you can reach us on Twitter at ChangeCardPF. And now we'd love to hear your feedback and if you have any questions.
Any questions?
It's not really a question, but it's a great idea. Do you think you should speak to the guys at Social Point? Do you know that?
Definitely. Yeah, their suspended meal program is something that kind of gave sort of part of it for inspiration behind our concept.
I only found out about this on Saturday afternoon, so yeah, it's a great idea.
It's cool. I remember
Great,
it's
really,
really
really good stuff to do.
But what you're saying even more.
Oh, thanks.
Any feedback at all, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, even afterwards, if you've got any comments.
Any concerns?
Concerns, yeah. We want to hear it.
It's flawless, guys.
Right, well, we've got a little prize for you guys. This is the CEO of 2C, which is super fast text entry for small screen touch devices. There you go, and for smartwatches specifically, but in smart home appliances, whatever. We've only got 2 bottles though, guys. So you've got one over there. So congratulations, really impressive.
Well,
48
oh, 40 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it took us a while to get the idea once we got to it for you.
That is unbelievable. And honestly, you didn't know each other before, you weren't working on the idea
Even
before.
John
and
from
genuinely,
university.
We knew each other from university. We never spoke about this sort of thing.
really, wow, really impressive and such a noble and worthy cause, so thank you so much. Right, okay, I think we'll wrap up there. The next IoT Edinburgh event is on the 30th of November, the future of drones.